And we've had two new night maps appear on CTE. Now these are CTE prototypes, which means they are probably months away from release into the live game. So anything that's a CTE prototype I'm now going to highlight with that splash screen at the start, and it says CTE prototypes in the top left hand corner. That way you'll be able to tell the difference between something on CTE which is a prototype and has got a lot of work left to be done on it, and something which you're likely to see in the next retail patch. Now what you can see in the background is the new night version of Golmud Railway. It doesn't have a name yet, they're actually looking for suggestions for the map names. This is a very rough first build, so what they've done is they've turned the sun off and they've turned the moon on. They haven't got any details in the backgrounds yet, and the brightness of the moon is a bit off. It tends to make everything look a bit washed out. But all the building lighting is done and it's all destructible. It also all destroys when a building is destroyed, which is a bit of a problem on certain maps, even on the live game. Vehicles now have headlights and tail lights, although not helicopters and jets, it's only ground vehicles. I think they need some lights on the jets and helicopters as well. But it is looking very good. It's still quite bright on this map at the moment. But DICE have realised that the moon is a bit bright and they are going to be working on it. The problem with the moon is that if they treat it as a single light source, then it has to be quite bright because it's designed to model the sun. Instead, what they need to do is a more diffused all over light, and that's what they're working on this CTE build. They've added quite a bit of mist and fog to the map as well, and that diffused lighting along with the mist and fog is what's causing everything to look very grey and washed out. But hopefully that will be sorted in the next pass when they sort out the moon. But as a first pass at Golmud at night, this is really impressive. They've obviously learnt a lot from doing Siege of Shanghai, and Golmud's looking very nice. The second of the new night maps is Zavod 311, and again this map has no name yet, but it does have the same problems with the moon in that it's washing out all the backgrounds and it's turning the mist and fog effects into a strange grey filter. But the map itself is looking really good. Close in, all those effects disappear, so it's really when you're looking at the panorama that you see the problems. When you're actually playing on it, it doesn't look as bad as it does when you've got a larger view distance. But I'm not going to go into what these maps play like until they've actually gone through a couple of iterations. As we saw on Siege of Shanghai, the map changed a great deal in between its first versions and what is now its 10th version. So all I'm going to do is give you a general overview of what these maps look like, how they feel. I'm not going to go into how they play until they've gone through a few more changes and they've sorted out the moon and the mist effects. But what these two new maps do show is the amount of work it takes to actually get these night maps up and running. So doing a simple pass of just changing it from the sun to the moon, from day to night, doesn't make the maps work. Every piece of lighting on these maps has had to be rebuilt. So all the lighting towers, all the lights inside the buildings, they've all had to change because they need to be destructible and they need to be accurate light sources. Now I've had no news as to whether or not Pearl Market is going to get another pass at a night map. So we may well just get these three: Siege of Shanghai, Golmud Railway and Zavod 311. Hopefully we will get Pearl Market again because I really enjoyed that as a night map. But as you can see, DICE have done a lot of work on these night maps and they are looking pretty good. I think once they get the moon and the moonlight set just right, these are going to be two very good maps. I'll keep you updated as to changes they make on the maps, and once they've got the light levels sorted, then I'll do some actual gameplay on them. Thanks for watching.